this is wonderful. I'm Dalis Allen. I'm the producer of the Kerrville Folk Festival, and I'm here with you at the Kerrville Folk Festival, our 37th.
And we are backstage in the green room at 2008 Kerrville Folk Festival, and we are delighted to have this wonderful production. We are now made it through to day 18, and you look
Woo!
like you're holding up wonderful for it. And we have had a tremendous festival. We definitely applaud you on all your efforts, and couldn't have had better weather and better things that you had no control over, that as far as we know. And
yeah, right.
And it was absolutely wonderful, and the lineup was tremendous. We've been able to interview quite a few of the main performers, and our main theme of the interviews have been what happens out in the campground, and which kind of leads me to what brought you to the Kerrville Folk Festival.
Oh, you really want to go back that far? Well, I came to the very first Kerrville Folk Festival in 1972 when it was still in town in the auditorium, and I was a program council, ran the coffee house for the program council at the University of Houston, and I hosted some artists like Alan Damron and Ray Wally Hubbard and a whole list of others for a conference, and they brought it up that it was getting ready to happen, and so I came and volunteered and stayed volunteering for decades. And then I became a part-time, and then I became full-time, and then when Rod retired, I became the producer. That's the short version.
Well, that's very nice. That's very good. There's been a lot of improvements over the past few years in particular. What do you think has been one of the most special things that you've seen happen out here?
The Natural Building Colloquium, for the most recent, because these folks, several hundred folks, came out here and rebuilt structures and built new structures out of the natural resources we've been given, because this festival is held on a 50-acre ranch, which is a permanent facility for this event. And there's so much that we can do with the earth that we've been given, besides have the festival and play music here, which is extremely special. It's to use the gift that we've been given of the land and make the buildings and the things that we have for the festival comfortable by using straw bale and cob, and we rebuilt Chapel Hill, where we have services, and I can't even begin to tell you how many people have been married there, and the people that have passed on that we remember there. And so there's been a lot of changes in many ways, but I think for me, currently, that's the most special.
That's great. It really has been some unbelievable changes that have happened. Again, most of them just recently. It has gone to almost modern day. It's from just pure hippies on the ground to, well-developed RV park and showers and everything that's, very different. What would you foresee happening in the next 38 years?
Well, I know that if we complete the process of becoming a part of a foundation, there will be a lot of people who will be able to donate to projects that they would like to see. Like, we could finish the staff showers, and I'd like to see cabins for the kids camp that we do, and an artist in residence program, and there's just a whole lot of directions that we would really love to go in the programming, as well as continuing to build and rebuild the structures to make them much more accessible and comfortable. And who knows, I mean, we may have more events. We right now have two main events, which is the Kerrville Folk Festival and the Kerrville Wine and Music Festival. And then the kids camp and other smaller events that use the facilities. But who knows, maybe we'll be doing more festivals even. It's a wide open door.
Definitely. It's, again, one of our favorite doors. I've asked a lot of people, there's been a lot of magic that happens out on the ranch. What do you think is the most magical thing that you've ever seen out on the campgrounds?
That's not something I can't even, I've been here for decades. There's not really anything that I could bring it around to. And also I think that even though a lot of people find the campgrounds magical, I find the whole thing magical. The fact that the campgrounds wouldn't exist if we didn't have the main stage and the ticket buyers and the people that come to camp and the day ticket people and the volunteers, and it's just no one part of this formula could exist without the other. And I guess that's the magic, is that there's this many people that can come together for this long and kind of become a city and still maintain the magic and the respect and the love and the welcoming atmosphere that we have here. And we've been doing it for 37 years, and it's 800 volunteers plus the staff and all the boards and all the ticket buyers, and they all coexist for that long, out camping in the heat and sometimes the rain, and still just maintain the love and it's about the music. Even, whether it's campgrounds or whether it's programmed, it's about the music, and music always affects people, whether you're listening to the radio or listening to live music. It's always an important part of people's lives, and it changes their lives.
Well, you've changed many people's lives, and we surely appreciate your dedication to it and your foresight to see how things could go and how things can be this way always. So yeah. We sure appreciate you and love it very much. Thank you. Cheers.
All right. Woo-hoo!